Good evening, Sweet World, and welcome to the Starters NBA All-Star Special live from beautiful Los Angeles. Brownies, shout out to everyone joining us live right now on NBA TV, maybe watching a little bit later on YouTube. We're very, very happy to have you. I'm Jay Skeets, and alongside me, as always, that's Taz Mellis.
Who cares about me? Let's look at this shirt.
Oh, yes, it is the International Man of Mystery, taking it to the All-Star Max.
Whoa.
Lee Ellis.
Friends.
Wow.
I mean, nothing says LA more than this shirt, does it?
It's
Really?
a nice shirt.
Yeah.
I like it more on TV than in person.
It's unbelievable, Lee. You've outdone yourself. And last, you're probably wondering where he is, certainly not least, it is the bearded one live on the red carpet for the Celebrity Game. It's Trey Kirby. Hey, yo! TK, what's going on over there?
Oh, you know, just chatting up with my close buddies, Nick Cannon, Rachel Demita, all the old friends from back in the day. It's going pretty well, but I have already totally botched a handshake with Brandon Armstrong, B-Dot, but, you know, the good thing is you're yeah, I don't know if you guys are sticking around long enough. We did complete one there at the end, but I got a bad feeling this was going to be replayed for years.
Okay.
Trey, I've been there, bro. It's all right. It's all right. You can recover.
Right.
We'll be obviously going back to Trey on the red carpet throughout the show here, and he'll join us later in the show as well. We got a fun hour-long episode, special All-Star special here for you tonight. We are going to have Lee take another crack at his personal three-point challenge.
Oh,
you
yes,
had some coaching
I did, yes.
this year, safe to say.
Special coach.
So we'll see how that goes. We'll actually induct 3 new names into the Starters All-Star Hall of Fame. We were teasing that all week long. And NBA legend Jason Williams is scheduled to join us here live on set.
Nice.
We got a whole lot more schedule. I know I threw in the schedule there. You never know what's going to happen here with live TV. But a part of this show is making our predictions for all of the All-Star Weekend events. You know, who's going to win this, who's going to get MVP. And let's go right into the dunk contest. The Verizon Slam Dunk Contest. Larry Nance Jr. is in this thing. We have Donovan Mitchell.
Ooh. Late inclusion, Donovan Mitchell.
That's right.
Injury
That's
replacement for Aaron Gordon.
Victor Oladipo is back. Went in this in 2015.
Yep.
And our final dunker is rookie Dennis Smith Jr. So Larry Nance Jr., Donovan Mitchell, Victor Oladipo, and Dennis Smith Jr. Here are our predictions as to who wins this thing. I'm going with Victor Oladipo. We got Taz, Trey, and the fans who voted on the Starters Facebook page going with Donovan Mitchell. And Lee, you go Dennis Smith Jr. Let's start with Taz speaking, I think, a little bit here for Trey and the fans. Why Donovan Mitchell?
I think we've got a great crop, but I think Donovan Mitchell is the most confident. That's what this is about. It's about confidence.
Sure helps.
Getting those fans on your side right now. He's playing out of his head.
Yeah.
I like that he's a smaller guy. You know, him and Dennis Smith are the two smaller guys.
Yep.
I think he's a little less pressure because he's a replacement for Aaron Gordon as well. You know, he's just a guy who got thrown in there. I just think Donovan's going to bring it from dunk number 1. That's the key to this thing. Get the crowd on your side.
You go with that rookie?
Yeah.
And you're going with Dennis Smith Jr.?
Yeah, Dennis
Why?
Smith Jr., we've been excited about this guy since Summer League.
Yeah.
Really, he was throwing down dunks then. He's been doing it all season for the Dallas Mavericks. Another guy, I mean, very similar, the way that he and Donovan Mitchell
I
dunk
know,
the ball.
I'm a little worried about that, to be completely honest.
What, you might see some
that
repetition.
some of these guys, you know, I would even almost throw Oladipo a little bit in there. They dunk similarly.
Yeah, they
and
do.
They could bleed together. I hope that's not the case, but potential there.
Yeah, what I like about Smith, though, is he's got that ability to detonate. You know, he just comes in and then all of a sudden he just erupts and throws down. Got a lot of power for a smaller guy in this dunk contest. I think either way we're going to see a lot of good stuff this year. And you obviously couldn't pick Donovan Mitchell to win it.
Because I got him coming runner-up.
Exactly.
I've been saying it for months. I dreamed it, that Donovan Mitchell is going to come runner-up in this thing. I'm going with Oladipo, though. I think experience does help in a dunk contest. Like we said, he was there in 2015, had some reps.
Yeah.
Now he's back. He also had a pretty good performance in 2015. You know, he missed a couple dunks. That hurt him overall. But he threw down some beautiful ones as well, and he came out singing.
Yeah.
That part was a little weird. We can maybe skip that part this time. But, you know, again, he botched a little bit, there's no doubt, but he had some nice ones. So, you know, you can make a case for any 4 of these guys. So that was his money one.
540 was great.
What worries me about Victor Oladipo, his life mantra is the word feathery.
Yes.
He owns the trademark feathery.
Yeah.
It's
Feathers
a gentle,
float, Tess.
I know,
Feathers
I know,
float.
but they don't throw down.
They float.
They float. That's what I'm worried about. Larry Nance has got to dunk over his dad as a hologram or something, right?
Yeah,
his dad
it's
in the dunk contest.
possible.
Maybe his dad doing that dunk. Larry Nance comes in and does it. I don't know.
Having a good record that Team Flight Brothers, who are a group of professional dunkers,
Right.
They've been working with all 4 of these guys, and they've been saying to me that they were doing things in practice, dunks that we've never seen before. So that's always good as
Well,
well.
I hope so. Hope
Because
they're
you always
right,
want
yeah.
to see something original
For
if
sure.
possible.
Yeah.
If possible.
Yeah.
So
but
we're-
also highlight your athleticism as well. I think sometimes we get lost in a little bit of that because it's all about the theatrics. But just show us how athletic you are and put it on display.
Well, people have been asking for the last couple of weeks, are the starters doing their annual dunk contest? The answer is no. We're too old. We've run out of dunks to do. But that didn't stop us from, daring to fly and also embarrassing ourselves a little bit. Enjoy this. We've had a debate going on in the office about whether or not we can dunk off a trampoline. So now that we're here at All-Star Weekend, who better to teach us than the Milwaukee Bucks Rim Rockers?
Hey, Skeets. Come here a second. So we discussed it, and we want you a part of the team.
Are you guys serious?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Yeah.
That's serious.
All right, I'm
But
in.
first thing first, you gotta learn how to get down. And we gonna do it like this. We go shimmy, shimmy, y'all, shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yeah. Give me the mic so I can take it away. Yeah. All for the dance and y'all, for y'all. Give him the home of the Rim Rocker Squad. Yeah.
I'm leaving the starters, guys.
Yeah.
I have joined the Milwaukee Bucks Rim Rockers.
You've had a good run.
I'm part of the team.
You got the slow-mo treatment.
I know, yes. Thank you, JD. Thank you for that slow-mo treatment. The shout out to the Milwaukee Bucks Rim Rockers. Those guys are unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was like watching a video game when they're doing what they're doing there in person.
They're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Let's go over to Trey on the red carpet. I believe he has pro golfer Bubba Watson for us.
Court shot, wedged it into the rim. One of the great moments of the season. Can we expect something that fun tonight?
Well, in there, I thought I heard that there was a four-point shot.
That's right.
So definitely, if I get the ball, I'm shooting it. I don't care. I don't pass. Let's be honest. I'm not gonna pass. I'm gonna shoot it. But I might get nervous. But I want to hit a four-pointer. That'd be fun to do.
You're used to low scores. It's all about high scores tonight. Good luck today.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right, coming up, the predictions. As they keep on coming, we're going to debate who has the best chance at winning Rising Stars MVP and a whole lot more. It's the Starters All-Star Special.
All-Star 2018 is presented by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Honey, official partner of the NBA.
Tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, watch the Mountain Dew Kickstart Rising Stars. Kevin Harlan will be joined by Chris Webber, Grant Hill, and special guest, sideline reporter Andre Iguodala. So let's get into that Rising Stars game. This is a UST team versus a world team, as we've been doing over the last couple years. See the U.S. team there, looking good, looking young, looking
yeah,
rising.
They should be, yeah.
And here's a look at the world roster. Whole bunch of Sixers in the mix. We walked by Frankie Ice today.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Nicolina. So, the predictions when it comes to this is who wins MVP. Not easy to predict, but we got a whole bunch of guys. I'm going with Ben Simmons. Taz says Kyle Kuzma. Lee, Jamal Murray, and Trey agreeing with the fans, going Donovan Mitchell again.
Wow.
Donovan Mitchell's going to win everything, apparently, this weekend. Lee, let's start with you. Jamal Murray won it last year, so you're saying back-to-back.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of Russell Westbrook in him, and what I mean by that is he only plays that one speed. He always wants to win. He's very competitive. Having a fantastic season, too, by the way, in Denver. And I just think sometimes experience, you talked about it before in the Dunkets, I think it also helps in this. He knows what it takes to win the MVP. I think you're going to see that from him tonight. Like I say, he's been great, and
he's a three-point shooter.
That
which,
helps,
I mean, if you get,
yeah.
I mean, you can shoot 20 of them in this game,
but he can also just get into the paint as well. So he, you know, he can easily go and get you 30, 35 points. So I like him. I think he's going to be good for it.
Kitchener's finest,
Yeah.
Jamal Murray. I like the pick, but you're going with
There's
Kuzma.
lots of good picks.
Yeah.
I'm going with Kyle Kuzma. Go ahead, underestimate him. That's what he wants you to do. He's the number 27 pick. He's playing against a lot of guys that were picked ahead of him. He's going to look at those guys and go to town, I think. He get a little hometown bias here as well with the Los Angeles Lakers. That's why he's averaging 16 points per game. It's because he does shoot a lot, and he does play with a chip on his shoulder. So, one more time.
I like your Jamal Murray pick again, Lee, but I can't believe you're not going Ben Simmons. Your Aussie mate.
Yeah, well,
Ben Simmons is angry that he's not in the All-Star game.
Original guy, yeah.
Is he not going to take it out on
play
some?
harder?
Well,
I
he
don't
may
know.
take it out. He may send a message. I should have been in that game because I'm killing these guys.
Yeah,
he
but
racks
he's
up a
gonna
triple-double
pass.
easily.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
pass.
He's probably not going to shoot three-pointers. He doesn't do that in the NBA right now. And scoring inside is a part of this game, but there's a lot more people, guys.
But if he gets a triple-double in the first half alone, I mean,
I think him and
he'll be
Joel
playing.
Embiid might be chilling a little bit.
Yeah.
Joel's saving it. Ben's saving it for next year when he's on the All-Star
Possible.
team.
Here's what I want to happen. I want those young Raptors to show up and sit courtside like they're NWO. That's what I want to see happen. I want them just staring at everyone out there that we should have been in this game. Although, you know, Fred VanVleet and OG and Siakam and Pirtle, they need to be there as a team.
What if they just rush the floor and just start playing
do
anyway?
that.
You know?
Do that. I like that idea as well. All right, so that is our predictions for the Rising Stars MVP. Let's go to the Taco Bell's Skills Challenge. This is the bigs versus the smalls.
Right.
Again, you got them running simultaneously, and it's worked over the last couple of years. It's definitely injected some life into this event.
This is last year when Kristaps Porzingis beat out Gordon Hayward.
That's exactly right. There he is raising the trophy. I forgot the trophy looked like that.
Yeah. It's not a taco.
No, it should be. Here's who's in the Taco Bell Skill Challenge. Spencer Dinwiddie, Buddy Hield, Lou Williams, Al Horford, Joel Embiid, Andre Drummond, Jamal Murray, and Lauri Markkanen. And our predictions. Let's see them. Taz has... Ooh, Spencer Dinwiddie. Lee going with Jamal Murray again.
He's going to have a good night.
The fans like Lou Williams. And Trey and I are going with what's been happening over the last couple of years, and that's a big winning. So Trey goes Al Horford. I'll go Lauri Markkanen. And that, I mean, 2 years running, we had Karl Anthony Towns win it 2 years ago, and then, as you said, Kristaps Porzingis. Hey, man, stick with the bigs. They wanted a little bit more. They want to prove that, hey, we can handle, we can shoot the rock.
That's the big thing now, isn't it? The big guys are comfortable shooting those three-pointers. So it makes sense to go for a big guy. They got longer legs, they can make bigger strides, they can get down the court quicker.
There you go.
I'm going with Spencer Dinwiddie because I think his season and the story of his season has to culminate with him winning something at All-Star Weekend, because this guy was on the fringe of being cut in the NBA and not being in the league at all. Then he goes to Brooklyn. Whatever Kenny Atkinson got into him, it has worked like crazy because this guy is their late game shooter. They put the ball in his hands, and I could see him, just like you saw in all those clips, drilling that three to end this skills challenge to win it.
And Jamal Murray again, just because the classic that'll do pick?
I mean, like, it's always a bit of a toss-up anyway who you're picking. But I just like a guy who's got that confidence and self-belief in himself. And all these guys do. But I just like to say Jamal Murray's having such a good season. I think he wants to go out there and show people. Because not a lot of people watch the Denver Nuggets, let's be honest. I mean, so you want to go out there and prove, hey, look what you're missing out on by not seeing me. And he's a very skillful player.
All right, good luck to all those guys again in the Taco Bell Skills Challenge.
Taco Bell Denver Nuggets Skills Challenge.
Let's go back, though, to Trey Kirby on the red carpet. I believe he has Tracy McGrady this time.
pulled up my big pants. I don't appreciate that. I seen that episode. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, he warned us. He said there was going to be some heat.
Yeah.
Seeing those pants.
Yeah, it was. It was wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah, it happens. But now we're here on the red carpet. You're suited and booted, looking good. Recent Hall of Famer, man. I know you're listed as a coach tonight, but we're going to see some old T-Mac tonight?
No, you ain't going to see no old T-Mac now. I might get out there and run three-point line to three-point line if I play. No, you won't see no old T-Mac.
Look, if you're out on the court, one thing everybody is going to want to see, off the backboard. I don't care if you finish it with the layup, but if you throw it off the backboard, whew.
Look, I tried that in Toronto a couple years ago. It didn't quite go so well, so that let me know that I shouldn't be doing that no more. Those days over.
That's a timing thing, but for a while there, it was seen every single year off the backboard. How did that become your signature?
Well, it was something, I always wanted to do something that nobody has ever done. And I did it in preseason when I was with Orlando Magic, and I felt like, playing with a lot of confidence, let's try this in the All-Star game. And I did it in the All-Star game, and from that point, like, I wanted to do it every year.
Well, I'm glad you did. We put you in the Hall of Fame. You're in the real Hall of Fame now. Have a great time tonight.
T-Mac,
Crush that
fantastic.
handshake.
All right, coming up, NBA legend Jason Williams is going to join us live on set. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Starters All-Star Special. Got a very special guest joining us right now, NBA legend Jason Williams.
Oh man, appreciate it.
Appreciate you coming on here.
Thanks for having
Getting
me.
loose out there for the celebrity game coming up?
I'm an old man now. I need all the time to get loose.
You're talking to a lot of old guys here, man. This is your second year in this thing. Last year you tried the infamous behind the back, off the elbow pass. Yeah, you're sort of grimacing a little bit. Didn't like how it went. It wasn't clean.
Yeah, it wasn't clean. I think the time wasn't right, but I didn't think I was going to get another chance to do it. So.
Right. How did, and then here's a quick look at it. This was in New Orleans. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, not too good.
Are you going to give it a go again tonight?
You never. If the defense allows it, you know, you never know. We'll see.
There's not usually a lot of defense in the celebrity game, is there? So you'll probably get a chance. How did the one? I mean, you obviously tried it because you did this in the Rising Stars game way back when. Was that a spur of the moment thing in Oakland there, or was this something you practiced?
Oh,
how did it come about?
Everything you've seen me do, I've practiced before. You know, it's not the first time thing for anything. Maybe a couple jump shots may be the first time. But the passes and the ball handling, things like that, I've practiced everything. So it just depends on how the defense is playing and what I'm going to do with the ball.
That's amazing.
Rafe wasn't ready for it. That's right.
Rafe wasn't ready. He got fouled, though.
Yeah, he did get fouled.
He got fouled.
But Speaking of not being ready for things, there were always stories of your NBA teammates being worried about getting hit in the face with your passes. You're playing out here with non-NBA players. Are you taking something off of it, Joe? You're not breaking somebody's nose?
I only know one way, man, you know, so they got to be ready.
Hands up.
If they're open, they got to expect the ball,
That's
right?
What's it going to take to get your old high school basketball teammate, Randy Moss, going into the Football Hall of Fame? What's it going to take to get him out here in one of these games?
The NBA asked me to get a hold of him, I think, so, you know, hopefully they're watching this show and we'll get him in here next year.
Can he still hoop?
Oh, come on, man, that's Randy Moss.
Yeah. I mean, he had game, obviously, in high school. Like you've said before, he could have played in the NBA.
For sure. I think he could have played in the MLB, too, if, you know, depending on whatever he dedicated the summer to, and obviously he chose football.
Wow.
The game has kind of changed a little bit since you retired. Who do you think is the sort of modern-day version of Jason Williams?
I don't think there is one, you know. I mean, I'm not saying that to toot my own horn or anything, but I think these guards nowadays, they're trying to score, and they need to score for their teams to be successful. But back when I played, you know, that was more like a traditional point guard looking for guys passing the ball, and like I said, I don't think anybody's really trying to do that today. They're trying to get buckets.
What about just the way that you played? Like, how would your game be different if you played now, with everyone sort of stepping out, shooting three-pointers the way they are? How would your game be different now?
I don't think my game will be different, but you might have to ask my coach, you know, would my game be different. But I would try to go out and do the same thing.
Right.
Chris Webber said that you're the funniest teammate he's ever had. Who was the funniest teammate that you ever played with?
Well, first of all, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I think it's a positive.
You know,
positive.
I've been pretty fortunate my whole career. I've had a great group of teammates everywhere I went, so it'd be hard to single one out. We've had a great time as a group.
You're with Shaq, right?
Shaq's
on the Heat championship team.
Yeah, and you guys know how
He's
Shaq is. That's what you see. What you see is what you get.
That's absolutely.
Scott Pollard, he's a funny guy.
Good dude too.
Yeah, very good guy.
Like I said, man, I've been fortunate to have some good dudes around me my whole career.
finally, we wouldn't be doing our job if we didn't ask you about this unbelievable Sacramento Kings photo of you and the guys. How did this photo come about? Is there a story to this?
I don't know, but that's a dirty trick. That's a dirty trick. I don't know where that came from. I mean, I know obviously when we did the photo shoot, but I don't know whose idea was it for us to take the shirts off. But it's a good thing that we can laugh about it.
Yeah,
that's absolutely right.
I think that could be a dirty trick for you guys to use out here. Pop the shirts, pop the jerseys up.
My suntan's not too good.
Jason, we can't thank you enough, man, for coming on.
I can't thank y'all for having me.
Good luck tonight.
Appreciate
Go
it.
get that win. You're going to get the win tonight?
Of course.
You guys have a pretty stacked team.
I was taught at a young age, if you keep score, you got to try to win.
Right. That's right.
So.
Beautiful.
Right, good luck, man.
Jason Williams, NBA legend Jason Williams. We got to take a break. Lots more still to come on the show tonight. When we come back, can Eric Gordon repeat in the three-point contest? We'll make those predictions and a whole lot more. Don't go anywhere. Back with the Starters All-Star Special live from Los Angeles. The celebrity game starting shortly behind us. I gotta be honest, it hurts. Should be out there, man.
The ultimate insult.
It really is. We're sitting
out
right
there.
here.
Yeah, this is as close as we're going to get, I think.
Like one step from the court, and we're not in this thing. I don't get it. I don't get it. We gotta get in this thing, NBA. Great job on the red carpet, by the way. I know we didn't get a chance to see everyone you talked to. Any other fantastic moments out there?
Just seeing Flea come on. I didn't expect Flea to be there on the red carpet, and I don't know. Flea to me is a bit of a legend. He's a super NBA fan. I've known about Flea since I was, 6 years old or something like that. So to have him walk by and just to chat basketball with him was really cool.
Did he see the shirt?
He didn't notice the shirt. He dropped a Norm Nixon on me. I think he would have appreciated it, though.
Yeah,
nice.
Wow.
Excellent stuff. All right, well, we're going to continue to make our predictions here for all of the All-Star Weekend events. We've done the dunk contest, Rising Stars, the Taco Bell Skills Challenge. Let's look at the three-point contest. It's the JBL three-point contest field. It should be a good one. Features Bradley Beal, Lee's boy. We got Devin Booker, my boy.
Your boy.
We got Wayne Ellington, that Trey wanted to give a nickname to.
Wayno Drano.
We got Paul George. We've got the defending champ, Commissioner Eric Gordon. Tobias Harris is in this thing, obviously now on the Clippers. Kyle Lowry from the Toronto Raptors. And finally, he's pretty good at shooting.
Yes, he is.
Klay Thompson, he's won this thing before. Our predictions for the JBL three-point contest. Myself and Tass, we go with Devin Booker. Lee, Klay Thompson, Trey, Wayne Ellington.
That's Wayne time.
It's Wayne time. and the fans go with Lee on this one and say Klay Thompson will do it again. Wayne Ellington, fascinated.
You know, nobody was on Eric Gordon last year, and I was right in on Eric Gordon. I love picking the random guy to win the three-point contest. Everybody's focusing on the stars, the all-stars, your Klay Thompson. But a guy like Wayne Ellington can come in, no expectations, just knock him down. The Heat, I've been shooting a ton of threes. Wayne in particular, he's at almost 39%. He's been a little bit hotter during the year, but I just like the factors of not having any pressure on him to be the guy that goes out and win it. And the Heat, for some reason, seem to win this thing all the time. They've had 4 winners just randomly. Glenn Rice, 95. Capono, 07. Daquan Cook, 09. James Jones, 11. Maybe we're adding Wayne the Drain in 2018.
Oh, that's good.
You know what? I think he's going to hit a lot of money balls, Wayne Ellington, because he hits the big ones for the Heat.
Sure.
So,
Clutch guy.
Klay Thompson?
Yeah.
Not overthinking it?
No, not overthinking. I mean, he's the best shooter. He's got the best mechanics. He's won it before. He still loves going in it. I just think he's brilliant. I think it's going to be Klay's year.
The fans agree with you. Devin Booker is my pick, your pick as well. Big Devin Booker fan. I've picked him before in this contest. He's gotten far in it before. You know, he put on a good show that first time he was in it as a very, very young kid. Obviously, he's not much older. But why are you going with D-Book?
Well, mainly I just want the coaches to come out and hold the balls like they did a few weeks ago when he was practicing. He was warming up. He got head coach Jay Triano to hold the balls for him and setting the ball racks. I just want Jay Triano to come out there again. That's a great idea.
Got to be the money ball rack. Shooting off your coach's arms?
Wow, I do. I like that idea. I really like that idea. Lee, with the three-point contest, every year we get you to take the test.
Yes.
To take the challenge, the three-point contest.
The test that he really wants to take.
This will be your 5th year coming up. You've done it the last 4. Do you remember off the top of your head how well you've done? I know you do.
Well, let's ignore year 1. You know, that was our first year. That wasn't so good. But
there we go.
The next couple of years, I started to work on my body a little bit more to try to get in better shape, and it started to pay off.
Okay.
And I started to hit some good shots. Last year I came close, and I was really disappointed because
you had 17 and you had... Oh, man.
2 shots left.
Yeah, really disappointed. But, as always, my goal is to reach 20.
Yeah.
And who better to help me with it this year than maybe the best shooter of all time? I'm here with 2-time MVP, 2-time NBA champ, and more importantly, 2015 NBA three-point shootout winner, Steph Curry. Steph, thanks for your time, man.
No problem at all.
When you won the shootout in 2015, you said part of the reason why you were successful was you were watching this awesome TV show.
Great TV show.
And he started off that first rack with the ball to his side, to his right, and these other racks are to the left, so he had to pull the ball across his body. I think that makes a difference.
I actually turned on NBA TV, and they were going through all like the 20 top moments in All-Star Weekend history and all that, and there's about 4 or 5 of them that were the three-point contest, and most of the right-handed shooters are grabbing from the right side, and so I wanted to kind of set up the racks out there to be able to do that, and it obviously worked. So that might have been the secret I've been waiting on.
I needed that little tidbit of information because I think I was like 0 for 4 up until that year, so that was the difference maker.
I do that same three-point shootout for our show every single season. My goal is to get to 20 points.
Get to 20, that's a good number.
So do you think as you're taking this season off, that you might be able to be my coach and my master and teach me and show me how to get over the hump and get to that 20-point barrier?
Knowing I held the trophy, and that 20-point is your trophy, we can get you there. One issue, I don't think you'll get any kind of traction and rhythm in those. Let me hook you up with these. These will probably be a nice little difference maker for you. The Under Armour Icon, baby.
Oh, wow.
Put those on, and then we'll start from there.
All right, let's do it.
Oh, man.
I'll start over here. This is my weak spot.
Don't ask him how to shoot.
All right, well, why don't I try a few?
I'm gonna man the rack. We're gonna get a little better from there. A little touch. There it is. All right. You got your feet square?
Yeah.
The ball is your friend. It's just you and the ball. Nothing else exists. Lock in that core.
Where'd he go?
Real important key is to make sure you fold, and when we do the laundry, we make sure they're folded real nice.
I do the laundry?
Yeah.
Whoa! Wait!
I want you to have this from me.
Wow, thank you. Thank you. Right.
I mean, you know better than that. That's not how you wear it. There you go. Yeah, there you go. So you start.
Yeah, I'll start running.
We'll start you at the top of the key. Act like you just finished a hot rack. You got 5 brand new balls waiting for you. It's all about the transition.
All right.
Here we go. They got music playing. Crowd's going crazy. Crowd's going crazy. They're getting into it. They're getting into it. They're getting into it. Come on! I don't even know. I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say. It was that easy to fix a shot. There it is. Cash. My work is done. My work is done.
Wow! Amazing. Okay.
That's awesome.
Personally trained from Steph Curry himself. Let's see. Let's see how you do. I mean, you almost. You got to do it.
I know. I hope so. Let's see how it goes.
Here we go for the 5th year in a row. Oh, he started with a banana and he's already sweaty.
Popping a man.
All right. Warm up. Get loose.
There it is.
Okay, great start. Money ball. Okay, you start with the money ball rack there.
Yeah, that's my strongest spot.
Is it?
Well, historically it has been. Yeah. Not great, but that's all right. I can make up for it here.
Okay, come on, Larry. Now, did the jacket restrict you at all?
No, it didn't restrict me. I was trying to combine Larry's old school style with Steph this year. Of course, I got the Under Armours on there as well.
Yeah, I see that. You're just a corporate seller of this year. Okay. Get in. There we go.
I need that one.
Oh, it didn't go.
Yeah.
It didn't go.
This is the spot. This is the spot with Steph.
Oh, yeah. That's your spot.
Yeah.
That's the... Oh, Lee, were you tiring? What's going on here?
No, not tiring.
No. Just didn't have it.
Like Jay Will said, sometimes, you know.
Come on.
Sometimes you just don't have it.
Exactly.
Okay, come on, Lily. 14. Doesn't look happy with it.
Ends on a make, though.
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's straight devastated. But, man, you look good doing it.
Yeah.
Who's going to come in second?
Shout out to Curry of the Warriors for doing that. That's awesome. All right, guys, step away for a second when we return. Are you Team LeBron or Team Stephen? Don't go anywhere.
I dedicated my life to basketball.
All the teams we played on, the best team that we had together.
86, no question.
The Boston Celtics are the NBA World Champions.
When you walked in and asked who was going to get second place in the three-point contest.
I had no clue I was going to win it.
When did you know you were going to be done, Birdie?
I can remember driving up here to the hospital one night. This is crazy, just to play a game, but we loved it.
Players Only Monthly. Bird and McHale. Monday at 9 Eastern on NBA TV.
Was that Larry Bird or was that Lee Ellis? You gotta ask yourself.
Yeah, that was definitely Larry
That was
Bird.
definitely Larry Bird. Definitely Larry Bird. All right, so we were dunking off trampolines with the Milwaukee Bucks rim rockers earlier in the show, and we didn't do the dunk contest, but that doesn't mean we can't relive some of our best starters dunk contest moments. We got a top 10 for you, and at number 10, it's Trey with the wedgie dunk in 2015.
Just a starter's classic right here. If you can work a wedgie into the dunk contest, maybe even the real dunk contest, you can get a nice score.
Man, you have trimmed down, man. You look great now.
Hey, thanks, bro.
At number 9, it's Lee's Brent Berry dunk in 2016.
Yeah, Bones helped me with this one. I got the jacket that he won the competition with in '96.
That's awesome.
And then it's all about the kicking of the legs out.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Nice
did.
flare.
Yeah.
You're a better dunker than a shooter.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the C-Walk.
That's the ball cyclone.
At number 8, back to 2015, it is Trey doing his best Dwight Howard impersonation with the sticker dunk.
Is it as impressive when the sticker is maybe 8.5 feet off the ground and not 12? I don't know.
Yeah, did not get it quite as high as Dwight.
Another Trey dunk, the dad dunk. 2016.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this one. The creativity through the roof.
Yeah, you can tell I've had a kid by this point because I'm skinny. I got to stay alive longer now.
I did always find it weird you were sort of punching your baby and dunking your baby, but
They're resilient.
Everybody parents differently.
Oh, my first showing here in the top 10. My Ernie Johnson dunk, elevator Ernie Johnson.
Ernie loved this himself too,
man.
so that was a great endorsement.
Had the short shorts, the
I
glasses.
never realized how much you look like a young Ernie Johnson, but you pull it off.
Shout out to my brother Eric.
At number 5, it's Trey's Brownies dunk.
We were in New Orleans, Tassie.
Yeah. Now, brownie is another term for nipples,
Yeah.
if that's unclear.
Oh, nice and jiggly.
Put me on the Kings and let's take a picture.
Great extension.
That's a nice little finish.
No slow-mo.
Brownies and jelly-filled donuts.
Number 4 is back to me with the behind the back. I called it the white man dunk. A lot of white guys did this in the dunk contest.
Oh, yeah.
Rex Chapman, Bones himself, and the slow-mo made everything look awesome.
Yeah.
One of the most majestic dunks we've seen in the starters dunk contest.
Yeah, felt good about that one. Felt good.
At number 3, it's Lee's Superman dunk.
Yeah.
Your son's cape.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he dunked it.
The only frunk I think we've had in starters dunk contest history.
Yeah, that might be true. Oh,
yeah.
Straight. Oh, the cape.
Down
on
goes the
fire.
cape.
He got kicked by the cameraman. At number 2, Trey with the Vince Carter dunk. This was nice. Oh, there it is. The reverse 360. Said it was over.
Vince, what did Vince give this when he was on our show?
He gave it a 9 because
Right.
he said he'd seen it before.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
And at number 1, it's Skeet's Trump dunk.
Oh, yeah.
Over the wall.
Oh, and a doinker.
Alternative facts. It was definitely 10 feet high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that I doinked
Yeah.
Trump here.
That's deserved.
Yeah.
Doink.
The wind
Nice
flying
throwdown.
through Trump's hair. Dunks over the wall. The fingers.
So there it is.
You guys
The
put together
top
some dunks.
10 dunks. Yeah, but we've run out of dunks, so we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah, when you can't jump, it's hard to think of more dunks to do, for sure.
Yeah, it turns out it's not easy. All right, let's get to our final prediction here on this All-Star special. It is the All-Star game. It's Sunday on TNT, 8 p.m. Eastern. TNT NBA tip-off an hour earlier. So we've got the new format this year. Everyone's obviously very excited about it. We've been talking about it for a while. It's Team LeBron versus Team Steph. There's a look at LeBron's team. Everybody got injured.
Yeah, there's 3 teams. this
Lee
year.
nearly made the team. Lee's the next injury replacement.
I hope so.
We unfortunately need another one, and there is a look at Team Steph. So, predictions. I mean, first off, are you excited for this format?
Yeah. I think if LeBron is talking the defense into existence, then it's got to happen. You get the best player in the world saying, we're going to play some defense. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to what happens in quarter number 4. I don't think they're going to play D in quarter number 1. Let's not go crazy here.
You agree with that?
Yeah, I do, because, I mean, the NBA is trying to shake things up, and the players were the ones who kind of got behind this idea. So you expect the players to be a little bit more competitive than they've been in the years gone by, and I think this is the first step into a few more changes and adjustments as the years go by.
Yeah, there's just been a little bit more buzz about it this year, saying which team's better, what's up with Team LeBron, LeBron's first, blah, blah, blah.
So here are our MVP picks for the All-Star game. I'm going with James Harden. Tess is going with the Greek freak, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So are the fans. Lee, for like what must be like the 4th year in a row, goes with Russell Westbrook. And Trey, you like LeBron James to do it again.
It's been 10 years since LeBron won an All-Star MVP. It seems like a long time. I feel like anytime he decides he wants one, maybe this will be the year.
Yeah,
that's true. I like Harden just because he's never won one, and obviously an elite player. So we will see. Always tough to pick this. Any of these guys well deserving. Trey, I know you got to get going. You're off to the parties already.
Yeah, I got
You can't stick around for the last block?
No, I got to eat first.
Oh, man.
See you guys.
All right. Peace out, Kirby. All right, well, Trey's gone, but you don't go anywhere. When we come back, we will finally get around to inducting 3 new names into the Starters All-Star Hall of Fame. Come on back. All week long, we've been sharing and voting on the new nominees for the Starters All-Star Hall of Fame, the hypothetical hall that honors our favorite players and moments from All-Star weekends past. And tonight, we enshrine 3 more All-Star legends. And let's start with the dunk wing, the high flyers, already in our Hall of Fame. Michael Jordan, Dominique Wilkins, Vince Carter, and Jason Richardson.
Quite the foursome.
Wow, nice.
But let's check out the 2018 Dunk Contest nominees. Dr. J, Julius Erving, 76 ABA champ.
Before the snapback rings as well there.
That's exactly right. Nate Robinson is a nominee, the only 3-time champ in NBA Dunk Contest history. Just dunked over everything, really, felt like. Zach LaVine is a nominee, 2-time champ, back-to-back in 15-16. Put on a show with Eric Gordon, of course, up in Toronto. And our final nominee, it's Gerald Green, the 1-time champ. Only won it once, but really brought the creativity there in Vegas. The cupcake dunk, dunking in socks.
Still the only shoeless dunk that I can remember anyway.
So who is headed into the dunk wing of our All-Star Hall of Fame? It is Zach LaVine.
Congrats, Zach.
Well deserved.
Well deserved.
Yeah,
Why?
I think Zach really did bring the dunk contest back with those 2 performances. And I'm not disappointed with him. I mean, Dr. J, I know a lot of people wanted him in there, but I think he will get his moment. But right now, I think it's Zach's time. And hopefully we see some more of that Zach as well. He said he might come back and do it again sometime.
Yeah, I got no problem with Zach going in. It is a little strange not to induct the guy who's won it 3 times in Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
But Zach LaVine's 2 appearances far more memorable than Nate Rob's, right?
I would agree with that.
And as you said, he might come back for a 3rd.
Yeah.
Because he's that confident that he's got more in the bag. That's how impressive those were.
Yeah, Vince Carter brought the dunk contest back in 2000. I think it's safe to say Zach LaVine sort of did something similar with that back-to-back 15 and 16 performance. You know, I got people talking about it again. So I'm fair with that too. Dr. J, eventually has to go in this thing, though.
We'll get him in.
We'll slide him in next year.
Yeah, one of those old baseball guys at the end of the run, they just get him in. A Jack Morris, just get the guy in there. His mustache belongs in there. Dr. J belongs.
We make up the rules for this, so we can just write him in and just say you're in next year.
He
Dr.
might
J.
go in the dunk contest.
Anyway.
Dr. J can probably still dunk,
yeah.
so maybe he can still go on one of these. All right, let's move to the three-point contest wing of the Starters All-Star Hall of Fame. This is already who is in. Already inducted: Larry Bird, Craig Hodges, Steph Curry, and Jason Kapono. I paused there on Curry because maybe we got we jumped ahead of the gun a little bit.
He's not done either, so.
The 2018 three-point contest nominees: Jeff Hornacek, two-time champ, 98 and 2000. Mark Price, two-time champ, 93 and 94. Check out the haircuts on these guys.
Yeah, I like him.
Lee, you love this look. Peja Stojakovic, also a two-time champ.
A biggie.
In 02 and 03, yeah. Taller gentleman to win the contest. And
taller gentleman.
Finally, nominee, Kyrie Irving. Only won once, but he was 2 times a runner-up.
That's right,
Put on some great performances. A lot of people forget that. So who is headed into the three-point wing of our All-Star Hall of Fame? It is... it's Peja Stojakovic. What do you think, Lee? You are the sharpshooter. Well, sometimes you're the sharpshooter here. What do you think about this?
I mean, all of these guys actually were worthy candidates, I think. Peja, fantastic performance. Price, Hornacek, they went back-to-back. Peja did as well. I mean, you're really splitting hairs at this point, but Peja was a great shooter. Happy to see him in there.
I got no beefs with that.
Okay.
No qualms.
Yeah,
Get Peja in there. He went in at 5 times. He had a high score another year that he didn't win. But, those 2 were pretty memorable back-to-back.
For sure. All right.
So, yeah.
Our final wing, it's my favorite, to be honest. It is the hero wing of the All-Star Hall of Fame. Rolando Blackman and his confidence, baby confidence in 87. We got Magic Johnson in there. Jason Williams, yes, he is in there. Marvin Gaye, Mariah Carey, Barkley, and Bavetta. They went in together.
Right.
They raced each other and then they kissed. And Tracy McGrady for going off the backboard all those times in the All-Star game. So our 2018 hero nominees. Brent Barry is back up. Another chance at this to get in here for the three-point dance, as we can call it, after the three-point contest.
Gary Payton didn't believe that Brent Barry would do it, made him a bet. You're not going to do that dance after the three-point contest. Well, Brent won some money, and maybe he'll get in as a hero.
Maybe goes in. Another nominee, Chris Bosh, a 3-time Shooting Stars champion. A legend, as we've called him here. 2013, 14, and 15. And he was always cash from half.
Oh, he was. And he was just so much fun to watch. He loved it. We all loved it.
And he hinted he's coming back in the NBA. Maybe they got to bring back the Shooting Stars if he comes back.
Yes, I agree with that. If Bosh comes back, we got to bring back Shooting Stars.
It's a great event.
It is. Nothing wrong with it. Shaq is the nominee with the Jabberwockies. In 2009, this was in Phoenix.
This was not choreographed, according to Shaquille O'Neal.
No. Just figured he'd put his pants around his head there, go from there. And final nominee, Allen Iverson, helped lead a 21-point comeback for the Eastern Conference, scoring 15 in the fourth quarter back in the 2001 game. He would win MVP. So those are the nominees.
Tough field again.
Our new hero headed in to the All-Star Hall of Fame is... it's Chris Bosh. I'm happy about this. I'm very happy about this.
Not as happy as Chris will be himself when he sees this.
This is good.
It's awesome.
And there was nothing wrong with this event.
No, I am surprised that we don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
But Bosh, I mean, we kind of joke about it, but he was awesome at hitting those half-court shots.
Yeah.
So well done to him.
Chris Bosh into the Starters All-Star Hall of Fame. Congrats to all 3 of our new inductees. Incredible work. All right. We had a blast here tonight. There is so much, of course, still to come here from All-Star Weekend in LA. Tomorrow with NBA TV, just turn it on and then don't change the channel. Look at this. You kick things off with the announcement of the Hall of Fame finalists at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, nice.
Then you can join Grant Hill and Kristen Ledlow for Inside Stuff at 1:30 Eastern. At 2, you can hear from all your 2018 All-Stars during the NBA All-Star Practice and Media Day. Then we got NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. He will address the media live at 7 on the network. And we wrap up State Farm All-Star Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern with NBA Game Time presented by Kia. I'm telling you, turn it on and just leave it.
Yeah.
Just leave it. And obviously you're going to get into the events as well on TNT. We got a drop podcast coming. Didn't have one, of course, here on Friday today, but a little treat is in store. Always a randomly fun episode when we're here at All-Star Weekend, sharing all the stories we can. We'll get that up as soon as possible, very, very early on Sunday morning. So make sure you watch for that. And then on Monday, we are headed back eventually to Atlanta, sadly, but we got a special, sort of an All-Star recap. Right. Some of our favorite moments, best of NBA All-Star 2018. Again, that's on Monday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern.
All right, fantastic. Heck
That's
of a
it for
lineup
us.
this weekend.
Great
All right.
show, gentlemen. Another fun year.
All right, thank you so much for joining us, folks. And remember, gymnasts, well, they probably make good dancers too. I'm just assuming. I'm sort of stereotyping, but these guys can dance, and Skeets can too.
Yeah, I'm better on the trampoline than I am on the ball.
Oh, how's the back this morning?
Embrace the day, people.